Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roman, and yes, we are back with another For the Culture news report where I give my commentary on everything I find interesting in celebrity news. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, rolling loud. By the way, you don't even know how many times I sat down to record this segment right here. First, the police sirens. Secondly, my air cut on. And then third, my dog when I walk in the room. So finally, I'm talking about Rolling Loud. So the Rolling Loud festival occurred today, Sunday, as I'm recording this. It's actually going on. I was trying to watch Travis Scott's performance. He actually premiered a new song. I think it's called Escape Plan or something like that. But I want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Weak. I won't even call him Weak. But DaBaby and Tory Lanez. So Megan Thee Stallion, she came out, she did her performance. She looked amazing. She was in like this sequin bra type of ensemble. And she did a number of her performances. So she did Cry Baby, and she left out the baby. You know, very being, sportsmanlike. She's not trying to cause drama. Well, you got DaBaby, and his name speaks for itself. So he came out, he did his performances. Of course, he's high energy. He pumps the crowd up. He went through all of the hit records that we love. And then he had this mascot come out on stage, and he's asking the crowd, like, who is this? Who is this? And, he uncovers, and it's Tory Lanez, and, they perform their song, Scat. And this was the song that caused the controversy again between Megan Thee Stallion and DaBaby, because she's like, why would you go and feature someone who just shot me in my foot? And I just did a song with you. So they performed their song, and then to add insult to injury, as Tory Lanez was exiting the stage, DaBaby goes and plays Cash Shit Meg's verse. Like, why are you being an asshole? And so then after that, somebody threw a shoe on the stage at DaBaby. And I'm like, that's karma. That's the universe saying, stop being a fucking jerk. While you have 1,000,000-something people watching you, you choose to sort of bait Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, you are on one, and your manager has to get your ass under control. Because see, here's the thing. What you do to other people has to come back around to you some way, some shape, somehow. It's energy. Energy has to be, it's never lost. It's merely transferred. It's recycled. And so it's like, what are you doing? You're waiting for somebody to tell you. It's going to come a point where you're going to get this same treatment that you're treating Megan Thee Stallion, who was a former friend of yours, by the way, might I add. And so everyone, on Twitter is like, Party Fontaine, since he's, Megan's boyfriend and he's there, he should go and fight DaBaby and Tory Lanez. And I'm like, why? Why? First of all, he's a songwriter. He has produced albums, but he's known for writing music for artists, renowned artists. Why would he tarnish and stoop down low for the people that I would probably, if I was in his lane, consider peasants? I would even tell, that would even be a problem for me. I think Megan did her thing. She left. It's not beef. We have to realize that not all of this stuff is an opportunity for us to, we got to go fight him. Fight him for what? What is he going to punch him in the face? No, that's so cowardly. No, let this dude hit the wall himself and let everybody else be able to stand and laugh. He won't be able to laugh at him if he's in jail or facing some charges because he's made a dumb decision trying to be popular for Twitter. Fuck out of here. No, he did right. No, let this play itself, completely out. So, and I don't see Megan Thee Stallion or DaBaby or Tory Lanez ever coming to some reconciliation. They're gonna always be ops, period. So drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think DaBaby is baiting Megan Thee Stallion now? Like, do you think he's on purpose being an asshole? Like, seriously. So speaking of Rolling Loud, Lil Uzi Vert was there to perform, and he actually performed a new song as well, but we wasn't able, for those of us who didn't attend it and was watching it at home, we weren't able to see Lil Uzi's part because Roc Nation, for some reason, decided that they didn't want to stream his portion. And so, you know, the investigator in me, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, okay, maybe Jay-Z is trying to save the streaming privileges and rights for one of his artists, you know, maintain some exclusivity for Made in America. And so I'm thinking maybe Lil Uzi Vert will probably be a part of Made in America during Labor Day weekend, and maybe they want to leave his streaming portion exclusive to that event because Megan Thee Stallion is part of Roc Nation, but she wasn't. She was able to be live streamed, so I'm not sure what the deal around that was. But again, I like Lil Uzi Vert. I like his music. Now, something interesting about Lil Uzi Vert, there's reports that he's bought a planet because Elon Musk's wife, Pat Grimes, tweeted that the documentation is almost complete and something 12 WSP, some shit. He'll almost be the owner and the first human being to own a planet. And I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, first he got a $24 million diamond in his forehead. Now he's buying a planet. Where the fuck he's getting all this money from? Like, is he playing with Diddy? Because, you know, if you play with Diddy, you can get some coins. So I'm sitting here thinking like, what's going on? And so I did a little bit of digging and come to find out, first of all, you can't buy a planet. It'll cost so much money that he doesn't have. Earth alone, they say it costs a quadrillion dollars. Like quad. So that's 4. Yeah. Hey, listen. And so I'm sitting there thinking like, so now he's bought a planet. And so then he tweets out, yeah, I'm still in the details of process of working it out. So most people are saying, experts are saying that you can't even own a planet. There's so many, I think the United Nations released a treaty that no nation or sovereign country can lay claim to any planet or other territory in outer space. So I'm trying to figure out what makes him think he supersedes that. So again, another set of fake news. I'm telling you, the antics that folks come up with to stay relevant is just out of their fucking mind. Like I'm blown by this stuff. It doesn't even become fascinating anymore. It's like, okay, yeah, out of everybody in the world, Lil Uzi Vert owns a planet. Okay, all right. Yeah, so drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. Listen. Now, you know, I've grown very fond of giving some Lil Boosie news. Like I've come to the point now that Lil Boosie is a part of the culture. He is a part of the culture. He is somebody who is going to be relevant because of not only his music, but the shit and stunts that he pulls. So over the weekend, Lil Boosie and his family and his entourage went to Six Flags. And he bought the flash passes. And so, you know, if you get the flash passes, it allows you to skip the line. But then they also have something called the Diamond and the Elite passes, which allows you to allow everybody of your party to skip the line together. So, you know, you got a group of 50, you know, whatever, they can skip the line. So his entourage was about 15 people, and all 15 people would skip the line, he would ride the ride again, skip the line, come back. So he was riding it like 4 times the same ride and skipping the line. And so some lady got mad and went and complained, and Six Flags decided to kick him out. And Lil Boosie went off. Check it out.
Fuck white water, you racist bitches. Yeah, I was finna spit in your face, bitch. Fuck white water. You racist motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck all y'all bitches. Dirt ass water. That shit had fleas in it anyway. Fucking fleas in the water.
People pissing in it.
Yeah, dirt ass, piss ass water, you dirty racist white bitches. Yeah. I looked in that bitch face. Bitch, I'll spit in your fucking face, ho. Dick sucking bitches. Yeah, bitch, I see y'all away from white. I'ma beat y'all ass, ho. You bitch.
Now here's the thing, Lil Boosie, how would you have felt? We've all been in a freaking pandemic. We all want to be outdoors. It's hot. Everybody's going through a heat wave. We know you're wealthy because you're at a common park, but you're at a common park. A very common park. You didn't go to Disney World. You didn't go to Epcot. You didn't go somewhere where you know that the treatment that you'd like can be provided. You went to Six Flags. Six Flags is for us everyday common folk who got $40 to $50 to $60 to spend while inside the park. Not someone who's going to buy 15 passes and literally skip the line in front of me 4 times while I'm sitting here trying to write a line. I would not only would I've called on them, I would have been sitting there typing a fucking email up on my phone. This is out fucking outrageous. I don't care how much money you got. And it's funny because I'm sitting here thinking like, now, what if they would have been white? Like, what if it would have been a group of white folks skipping the line doing that? And we were standing there like, what the fuck is this? And we were outraged. What would you want them to, how would you have wanted them to respond? Like, what would you have wanted them to say? You'd have wanted them to kick their ass out too, right? So I think that their response to you was very justified. I'm not understanding. You just because you're rich, you can't abuse power. You have a big enough yard. Build your own fucking yard, amusement park in your backyard. Like, Boosie, me and we're gonna always have this turmoil. Yeah, so drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about Lil Boosie, his entourage, his flash passes, and getting kicked out. So this next story I want to talk about is very, very heart touching. Frankie Lons, Keyshia Cole's mother. You know, she was the biological mother to Keyshia Cole. She wasn't, and Keyshia Cole was adopted, and so there was some friction between their relationship, and we got a chance to watch it unfold on TV. And I would say it was a part of a collection of some of the earlier onset of reality shows that actually showed some of what we saw day to day in life. And actually, this show for me was one of the shows that touched me near and dear because, you know, growing up, my mother, she struggled with drugs and she abused drugs for a larger part of my young adult age. And I struggled a lot dealing with and watching her, and as the oldest son going through that. You know, and there was a lot of times where I remember a lot of things. And so sometimes when I would watch that show, and the reaction and between those two was, you know, was a splitting image of what was going on with me. You know, I ended up, you know, being taken in by my aunt and my uncle, and my brothers went elsewhere, and me and my other brother went with my aunt and my uncle. And there would be so much friction between my mom, my biological mom, and my aunt and my uncle because they raised us. But then my mom would be, you know, want to come in and, you know, take control, but they had more of the stability. And so it was always friction. And so, but the one thing I can say I'm taking from the situation is that you just want to be able to have the best relationship you can with your parents because you never know what can happen. And I'm glad to know that Keyshia Cole and her mom were on good terms. It may not have been the best of terms, but they were on some speaking level of terms, and her mother was celebrating her birthday. And it's just sad that it happened on her birthday, that she was called home. Then, her brother confirmed it to TMZ Sunday. And so, yeah, this one was definitely one that was more so subtle with me. Like, wow, you never expect it. Because I'm so thankful that my mom, she's been clean for some time now, and she hasn't had any moments where she's relapsed, certainly where she's overdosed. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm just sending my prayers and my condolences to Keyshia Cole and her family, because I know how traumatic this can be, especially when you're dealing with death and it's not murder, it's not natural causes, it's not anything you can pin on, someone else or something. This was actually something that happened to her because of her in her own life, and that's just the suckiest part of this. So my condolences to you and your family. I hope this pulls you all together, makes you stronger. And God bless Frankie. She always made me laugh. She definitely reminded me of my mother, and I'm trying my hardest to hold it together. When you know that you haven't been the best mom or best person that you can, but you still try to show up and try to do what you can because them your babies. I definitely had those moments with my mom, and I can see those moments during the show. Like, I'm going back to the show. So, yeah, I send my condolences to them. You drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. I need to go ahead and take a little break, and we'll be right back. And finally, so Dr. Dre's divorce settlement is finally here. It's done. He has now been ordered to pay Nicole estimated $293,306 each month in spousal support beginning August 1st. And it will go until either one of them passes away, or if she remarries or enters another relationship. Other than that, that's it. Now, the funny thing is that she requested I think it was $2 million in spousal support per month. Now she'll be getting $3.5 million in spousal support per year. And so I'm sitting here laughing like, wow, what a slap in the face. And so what the judge and what a lot of the documents are saying is saying that what he's paying to her, what he's been ordered to pay to her, is similar to what he's been paying for her now. He'll still take care of all of her medical bills. So how her care was before, she'll still continue that care. He'll pay for both homes and take care of her car. So, the spousal support is purely money in her pocket to maintain her own life. She wanted $1 million for entertainment or something like that. She wanted like $200,000 for cleaning and clothes. And I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, you have a bunch of lawyers trying to get you to beef this up. So now I want to see how she's going to pay her lawyers. Like, you're going to have to pay a lot of money out of your pocket if Dr. Dre hasn't been ordered to pay your legal fees. And you're going to have to start saving some money if you're trying to maintain a lifestyle where you needed $2 million a month. I'm not even, damn. He had you living like a princess, a queen. So, but I'm glad to see that it's over. It's interesting that Dr. Dre had already had himself declared single prior to this back in March. So it's almost like, this was just the last nail in the coffin for him. And he's moved on, and he's dating April, Omarion's ex-baby mom, ex-fiance. And, that's just, it's interesting, but there must be two different needs being met there. Some need that she has that he can fulfill, and some need he has that she can fulfill, and we just don't see it in the public. And those are always those interesting but very manageable and relationships you can maintain when the needs you know, they align themselves. So I'm not gonna judge it because I've been in one of those situations before where people were like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "It works." So I'm just gonna pray for the best. But drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about Dr. Dre and his divorce settlement. And aren't you happy that she's getting just enough and not $2 million a month? I mean, I know they were married for 24 years, but I think that she got a good share of money, a good pretty penny. You know, she's not paying for any hardcore essential fees, no home fees, no transportation, no medical. So I think she'll be fine. But you let me know what you think. And until next time, deuces.